and I can do it.
Tell me about your parents.
My parents were beautiful people in a beautiful sense. But they were slaves and ghosts at the same time. And they worked very hard for us, my sisters and I, to be safe, to do exactly what we wanted to do. And it's like they never thought of themselves. And it was only for us. It was hard. They worked very hard. But we never lack of anything. The only thing I lack of was their tenderness, their expression of love, their hugs, their I love yous. They provided everything because they thought that it was what was needed. But I really missed their tenderness and their expression of love. And they died too young, and that's okay. I'm really at peace with that. But I regret for them that they didn't experience a full, vibrant life, and that they struggled so much. I would have loved for them to live longer, and for me to be able to provide everything for them to experience a full and vibrant life, for them to live their dreams. And they didn't live long enough for me to provide them what I wanted to offer them. But the beautiful gift in that is that they always encouraged me in a way to do exactly what I wanted to do. And they offered me this space to be exactly who I am and free to express who I am. And because of them, thanks to them, I am really the person I am today, because they never criticized me. They never, well, I'm lying a bit here. My father did a bit, of course, but I was always encouraged to do exactly what I wanted to do. And it was a bit hard sometimes because they didn't tell me what to do. And sometimes maybe I would have preferred to be guided. But because of that space that they gave me, they provided everything for me to go to school, to have a dinner every night, to have a roof. I became who I am. And today that they are not here anymore, I don't miss them because they taught me so much that I feel them every day. And in everything I do, and every time I can, I just share something that my mother said, or a joke that my father did or said, I'm sorry. And that's how they live within me and with me. And I like that. And the same with my grandmother. And so when they died, first it was my mother and then my father. The question is, what do you do when you don't have your parents anymore? Because I think that all your life you try to do something to prove them. Look at me, love me, and I'm gonna do this to prove you that, I'm worth your love and everything you did for me. And when you lose your parents, you wonder, okay, what's next? What do I do now? And I always try to transform the story into something positive, and their losses really allowed me to find who I really am and what I had to do, what was my real purpose. And so that's a blessing in a way.
How have you experienced success?
I think I am successful every day, because success for me is not about the job you have. It's not about the family you created. It's not about the money you have. It's really about every situation, how you overcome the obstacles, how you overcome your fears, how you overcome your doubts, how you react to a situation. And I've had money, I've been through a lot sometimes. Uh, I've been through without any money. My life has always been the same. It's a state of mind. So that's success for me. The way you overcome situations, your ability to go through it, and you. Sometimes you cry. Sometimes you are depressed. Sometimes you want to die. Sometimes you don't know how you're gonna do it. But there is always a spark, there is always a light, there is always a hope. And it's still, again, it's a miracle, so you don't want to waste it, and you you get up after a week in the bed, and you keep going, because you don't want to waste your opportunity to do something during this short period of time.
What do you hope for?
That's a good one. I really hope what I hoped when I was a little girl. I hope that my parents and my family would see what I see. And I still hope that. I hope that everything I do is going to help people, encourage people, inspire people to see the beauty I see. Yeah, that's my hope. To see that anything is possible, to see that it's a miracle, to see that there is always hope, to see that there is always someone. And if there is nobody, you still have yourself, and it's the most important. So that's my hope. That I am going to church. If it's only one person when I talk, that's wonderful. If it's only one person when I write, it's wonderful. It's only one person that I'm gonna cross on the street. That's hope. So I'm hopeful every day, even if I cry, even if I am depressed. I have hope, a lot of hope.
How have you experienced love?
I've been loved a lot since a very early age. I always felt it, even it was hard for my parents to show it. At every step of my life, I felt love. I've always been loved, appreciated. And I always felt loved in a lot of things. I feel love when I walk on the beach. I feel love when I watch a sunset. I feel love when I hike. I feel love when in silence. I think that love is everywhere. And even when I felt that people didn't love me, I think that in a way they loved me. That's what I love to think. Love is very intriguing, fascinating, and complicated, and so simple at the same time. And I am a romantic soul, and I love just the idea to love. I love just the idea to be loved, and and so for me there is love in everything, and I love that. Yeah, it can be. I can talk about love during hours. Yeah, There are so many expressions of love.
When have you been broken?
Oh, I'm still broken. um, I'm still broken. I think that we all are. That's the beauty of it. I'm broke. We say broke or broken?
Broken.
I'm broken but whole. I'm broken but whole. And I like that. And I think that most of the time I've been broken in my love relationships. More than in any losses or failures or yeah, I think that's when I lost the person I loved at that time. That's when I really experienced the yeah, I was completely broken. The sensation when you spend your time with someone that you love and then for some reasons it's over. That can be very hard. But we all went through that, and that's also the beauty of it. It's you overcome that. But I think that this can be very tough on the heart. Yeah.
Are you free?
More and more. Yeah. And if I'm not, today I have this capacity to really be aware that I am not free. And I try to calibrate it. But I do everything every day in order to be free. And it's hard. It's very hard. And sometimes, people follow me, listen to me, and I think they cannot imagine how hard it is to try to be free. And I used to judge those people. I used to judge my parents, my close friends, my family. But I so much understand them today that they decided to be slaves or ghosts or not to be free. In a way, it's much easier. And in this world where we are here, exactly here right now, it's very hard to be free. And it requires, I think, a lot of faith and a lot of courage. And there is always a price to pay. And I pay the price every day, but because I want to be free. And it's the most important for me. But I still don't know if it's possible to be completely free. So I am probably not totally free. I'm trying. But if you want to still be part of this world, this society, or this matrix, or this this world, it's very hard to be completely free. So every day it's a struggle for me. Do I stay or do I leave? And if I leave, I don't know exactly what are my options. So that's probably why I write so much, why I spend so much time in the nature, why I spend time alone in silence. And I tried to leave this society, and I would be miserable, I think, because I need connection and I need to be with the people, and even if it's hard sometimes, that's my choice. And in this configuration, I try to be as free as possible with this situation.
how have you experienced kindness?
A lot from other people. I received enormously during my entire life. I was not kind with myself. Not at all. And I think that kindness starts with ourselves. And I received a lot, always. But I was not gentle at all with me. And still today, it's still a job, a full-time job, to be gentle with myself, to be kind with myself. So I'm still working on that, but every day it's better. And I really love the person I am today, full of imperfections, but I really love them today. But it was a long journey, and there is still a lot of work ahead, but I am more kinder, and gentler with myself than before, and it allows me to share, to show, to give more kindness to others, and it goes with compassion for me. I was not compassionate with myself at all. And so it's difficult to be compassionate with others when you cannot give that to yourself. So that's what I try also to share with people and to inspire people when I give a talk, or it starts with my own story, and I think that everything starts with ourselves.
If you could share something with anyone right now, what would you share?
A big hug. I love hugs. I love hugs. I didn't receive a lot of hugs. I come from this family. They don't hug. They are not able to show that kind of tenderness. And it's important to touch each other, to touch others in a kind way, a nice way. Some people are really afraid of that, to be touched, to touch. That's something that I really like, that I need, that I want to share, that I want to give. It's important. And then it's also important for me to say that I appreciate someone, that I love someone. I can say it and repeat it, and that I'm grateful also. Lately, for the last years, I've been very grateful, and it's very important for me to share that and express what gratitude is. And the more you share it, the more you express it, the more it comes back to you, and that's beautiful. So and I like to share stories. I think that's what connects us. And a story can be inspiring when a belief, when you try to convince someone, most of the time it doesn't work. And I tried in the past. I tried to convince others, and I tried to impose my own beliefs, my own visions. No, it didn't work. It didn't work out at all. And I was always in conflict with people. And today, when I share a story, people can listen to it and can relate, can get inspired in their own story. And I like stories for that reason. That's why I am a journalist, a writer, speaker. I share stories or organize an event because there is a story. And I think that stories really connect us.
Thank you for sharing your story.